Hello and welcome back to the channel. It has been a while since I have spoken to you all, so I hope you're all okay, my fellow dead inside human beings. If you are new here, I am so sorry, but thank you for joining. Yeah, today's audio is weird because I'm speaking on a headset microphone. If I decide to carry on with this sort of style, I will, of course, get better equipment, but I cannot. Um, Yeah, so today we're doing a little drawing. Um, as you can see, sorry, I just hit the mic. As you can see here, we are starting off with this little drawing that I've done in red. You'll be seeing bright red, blue, and green, because I draw in very bright colors. And obviously the black background because it's painful to draw on white. But yeah, you guys will see my inspiration later. I know it's a bit awkward that I haven't shown you now, but that's just the way I am. Um, so yeah, I start off with a red sketch that I did off screen for you all. And now I'm just going over with green. I'm using the symmetry tool because it makes my life easier. And it makes you guys have a less painful experience while watching me. It's just helpful, I think, because then, yeah, it is time less spent doing something where I could be putting it somewhere else. But then I will go on later on, and as you will see also, um, I carry on using the symmetry tool, but then I take it off and then I erase the lines and I redraw them so they do look the same and they look odd because of my drawing. Um, these little love hearts, these cute little love hearts, are like probably my favorite part, which hopefully they are yours too. I didn't know what to write in them, but I was like, I've got to add a boobs one. I've got to add a boobs one. Because I really like the was it the Megamind boobs meme that was going around. I really like that. It was very fun. So yeah, I did that, and then you've got Cutie and Wow and Love, and then these blue hearts. I was gonna have them as like a background like accent. Is accent the right thing? Probably not, but I don't end up keeping them. Why? Because um yeah, I just wasn't as a fan of them. And these rings. Now, I know it's still very fast paced, trust me, it is for me as well, but I spent 2 hours and I think 2 hours and like 45 minutes on these, somewhere around that. Um, because, so yeah, that's why it's fast, because I've got to make sure it fits in a very happy time amount for you guys, which I think it comes down to like 16, or is that 18 minutes? So yeah, my voice is now going away because I've never talked this much in a long duration, so, God. Life's hard being an introvert, isn't it? Yeah, here's the actual liner that I'm doing with the symmetry tool on, as I said before. Just because, yeah, just make everything easy. Oh, these straight lines here was because I was struggling so much with drawing straight lines. Obviously, because I'm using Photoshop now, and I'm still a new learner to Photoshop, and using a like digital drawing monitor, which is very fun to use. Um, my straight lines still aren't very good. When I was using Procreate on my iPad, I was you can use a tool that helps you keep your lines straight, which I think at one point mine was on like 47%. So it's my strength was very high. But now on Photoshop, obviously I don't have that. So I'm like, okay, I can't mess up, I can't mess up, I can't mess up. And then I just wasn't managing to draw lines. So that's why I drew all the straight lines to help me practice. And then this little box here also helps me practice because I was struggling with perspective. Perspective is really difficult when you've stared at something for so long. Well, especially from my perspective. Oh, this is awkward, isn't it? This is my reference. References, people, please have them. They're little boxes with hearts in. They're cute, aren't they? But yeah, about perspectives, yeah. I was struggling with it, so I was like, okay, I'll draw a cube, and I will mark all the sides that you can see from from the perspective that I'm drawing from. There's more lines. And in the end, it worked. So it's a very helpful cube. I recommend. But yeah, my references. I kept on getting on Pinterest because it was Pinterest. Like little videos of people making paper hearts. Like what's that word? Not paper mache. Origami. Paper heart origami, and then they'd put them in a little box, and then they'd fall out the little box with like a little hole in it. It's really cute. And I was like, okay, I'll try and draw something like that. And then this is where I got it. This box reminds me of, you know, as a kid, if you're the same age as me, hi, friends? Yeah, there's little boxes with like liquid and hoops in, and you've got to try to get the hoops onto the like hook that's there. It's like a basketball game, but to do with hoops. And you had to like, I don't know if it was buttons or you had to just shake it. I can't remember, but it was that sort of thing that also ticked my inspiration. I don't have a picture to show you, unfortunately. But yeah, that's also what it reminds me of. So the text, I did also use the text tool in Photoshop. And then I decided, hey, it doesn't look 3D enough, so I'll do these little color sides with a darker color. Because it needs to look more 3D. These little squares, I do apologize for, are really annoying, but I want to show you the amount of dedication I had to these letters. Because boy was it pointless to do this. It was so pointless to do this. Because you can't actually see it. I would have had to had. I would have. What the heck has happened to my English? What the heck has happened? What? Oh yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest. It's a pain in the ass. Honestly, it should have been thicker lines than these small ones. So I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just do them rough, and because they're small, you can't see them. Bitch, you can't see them either way. Sorry, I just got really vexed over myself. But yeah, they're okay. Ah, pain. Anyway, anywho, how are you? I haven't spoken or uploaded anything to this channel in like probably like a year. So sorry, I hit the mic again, itching my eyeball. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was a drought. It was just like laziness, I think, probably. Yeah, probably. Well, no, I have an art Instagram. If you were wondering what's happened to all my art, that's a thing. It's called Heather_art_Null. Which you saw at the beginning screen, and you also see the end screen. I'm really proud of the end and beginning screen because I was like, I need something new, and I created it, and I was like, yeah. So that's the thing. But yeah, my art Instagram is where I keep posting things that I'm proud of, and I'm like, yes, I will show people who I may or may not know. Because posting art to Instagram is really easy compared to YouTube. YouTube, you've got to like plan it out, and then you've got to do it, and then you've got to be happy with it, and then you've got to edit it, and then you've got to do a voiceover because nobody will watch it really if you have just music over it, and then it's this whole entire process with uploading to YouTube, especially when you just don't have energy for it. But I was like, no, I'm going to upload for Valentine's Day. I am going to do it. So here we are. But yeah, obviously very bright colours with the pink. And then you've got a very subtle purple as well, or it looks subtle. With the bright pink behind it. But I think the subtle purple works well. And then obviously you've got the chains. I'm still unsure if I should have had the chains or not. But then yet again, I'm still unsure about the whole entire art piece. So, the chain is something. I didn't know how to draw the chain, so I just did these like greyish blue silvery circles, and then I went around with a lighter shade of that around both outsides to give it some sort of effect, which was probably pointless, but yeah, so then you got chains. But I'm just I don't know. Because it would be a very big item to have. Just on like your jeans or something. But no, maybe you're into something like that. Maybe you dig it. I don't know. Yeah, it's just I think my issue is that I like to procrastinate quite a lot, so I can't just sit down and draw and record it, because then I'll want to stand up and do things. Like, I've edited quite a lot out of this because my mom or my brother would come into the room and I'd be like talking to them, and then I'd look back at my drawing and be like, I can't be asked anymore. I want to play video games. And I'm like, no, I can't. I've got to carry on, Heather, carry on. So yeah, I kind of just had to push myself through. But then sometimes if I push myself through, it isn't at that level in my head which is good enough. So it's a whole entire process. But I'm slowly getting better and just sitting down and drawing and then getting on with it, which I'm very proud of myself for. Because obviously learning Photoshop brand new without YouTube tutorials, which I don't know why I've done this to myself, but I have. But it's been fun, but then the other day I tried so hard to find the fill tool, which I couldn't, so I just gave up, and I was like, yeah, I thought it would be fine. And then with this drawing, I finally found it. Oh, here's another reference. Reference break. SKZ, which is Stray Kids. They're a South Korean boy group. Love them. They have this weird little character called Pee-Pee. P-I-P-I. And he's just so cute. I didn't know which one to pick because there are multiple different colors. But yeah, I added him to this little chain, which you can't really see him either. But you know, it's all about pointless little details with me apparently on this drawing. But yeah, what were we talking about? Me being useless, right? But yeah, I'm Photoshop. But yeah, in this drawing, I finally found the fill tool, which I'm very proud of myself for because it wasn't even that hard. But I was like, I found this thing. I finally found it. So it's just the little wins, you know. But yeah, this is my version of a PP, which is so stupid to say out loud. But look at her go. Oh, this is where I no. Oh, this is where I color in the heart. Now, a fun fact about me is that I struggle, and I mean I struggle to draw hearts. I struggle so badly. So with these, this was like a proper test of whether or not I could draw hearts. And I wasn't even drawing hearts, I was just blobbing colour onto a page. But I still struggled for some reason. That's why you have really odd looking hearts. But I think in the end, because they all look different from each other, they add a nicer look to the whole thing. Again, I decided to go with pastel colours even though I've got a really harsh background, but I think it really balances out the drawing, and it draws your eyes to the right areas, the different areas that are, yeah, the different areas that are cool to look at. Again, I'm just writing freehand. I'm writing freehand on these little hearts. I didn't use a text. I was gonna use a text, but I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna write these. So I did, and I'm kind of glad I did because it adds to that handmade look that all the original references had, which is always fun. Here I just put white over my canvas and then erased it around the, sorry, I just hiccuped? I don't know what that was. Yeah, I just erased it so it's in the lines, and then it looks like a little screen that's over it, so it's holding it in. And this reminds me even more of what I was talking about with the hoops and the water stuff. And so you could shake it and it would just float. Here's me being painful again. For some reason I was like, oh wait, no, if my line art's gonna be above the white layer, or plastic cover as I apparently named it in my layers, I was like, okay, it needs to be a different colour. So I started colouring it all these different colours, and then I was like, no, why have I done this? I can just create a new layer and then put it underneath that layer, underneath the plastic layer. And I was like, well, why have I done it on a lighter colour if it's going to be underneath white? So I was like, and I'm like, plus it needs to look like it's the same colour as the line art, just lighter. So then I was like, okay, where's the fill tool? So this is me now trying to find the fill tool. And I find it under gradient. Because why wouldn't it be? um, but I just... And then yeah, so I filled it the same colour as the line art, and then I finished it off with just making sure everything was actually filled in. I was unsure with that at the end still, but this is the final product. I, I, yeah, I'm still mixed feelings about it, but if you like it, please let me know by liking the video, because that will help my confidence greatly. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and hearing me rant about odd things, whether it was YouTube or my procrastination. Yeah, please check out my Instagram, my art Instagram, because that's where I upload my art more frequently and it's less painful because you don't have to hear me talk. But yes, thank you so much for sticking with this channel, and yeah, I just hope you have a lovely day, or you had a lovely day. I don't know what time this has gone up. But yeah, thank you so much, and goodbye.